Let's talk about random numbers. So why would you want to generate a random number? Well, if you're making a game, for example, and you want to roll a dice and see what happens, then you will need a random number. Or if you're making something like a password reset token or a random string, things like that, then let's see how you can do that with the rand method. So if you use rand, you get a random number like this. If I do it a few times, you can see how it works. But this number is not very useful because it's a decimal number with which is always less than 1. So if we want a bigger number, we can do something like this. And this does two things. First, it gives us an integer number, so it means we don't have decimal numbers. And also this says to give us a number from 0 to 9, I believe. Yes. Let's do 20 times. And let's see what we get. And of course, times there. So yes, we get 107987245. So it's from 0 to 9. So one less than our maximum number. Now, what if we want a range, a specific range like 50 to 100? Well, we can use the same method and use a Ruby range, and it just works. We don't have to do any math or anything complicated. So let's do this. So you can see all the numbers are in the range. But notice how this time the last number, the maximum number, is in the output. Because when you use two dots with a range, it means inclusive. If we want to exclude the last number, we need another dot. So this means a range without the last number. So this is 50 to 99. So you can see the output. Let me run this a few more times. So you can see there is no 100 now. Okay. So that's one thing we can do. But what if we want more secure numbers? Because rand is not that good, but we can use something called the secure random. So if you require it, it will become available, and we can use the secure random class to generate better random numbers. So if you are using something security related, like a password reset token, something like that, you want to use this. Don't use rand. Okay? So you can see I use the ls command in Pry, and this tells me the methods that are available inside Secure Random. And the methods are base 64, hex, random bytes, random number, and UUEID. So let's try some of these. For example, secure random dot random number, and you can see this looks a lot like the normal rand, but we can also use a range with random number. For example, 50 to 200, or maybe you can't. Uh, Actually, we can use a range, but we can use a maximum number. So that's something. Okay, another method from Secure Random that is also useful is the hex method. So this method gives us, I think, 32 bytes. Let's see that size. Yes, 32 bytes of a hexadecimal string. So you're familiar with the normal decimal numbers. We have 1 through 9, and hexadecimal adds some letters A, B, C, D, E, F. So this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I'm missing one. A, B, C, D, E, E, F. No. Well, the important thing is this, that we can use this for like a password reset token, and it will be more secure than doing it with a rand. Okay. Now another thing we can do is sampling. So if we have an array, let's say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's name these numbers. Yeah. So if we want to pick one random number from this array, one thing you can do is shuffle it, and this shuffle the array like it was a deck of cards, and then you can pick the first one, and this works and it gives you a random element from the array. But there is a better way. We can use the sample method. Sample, and this does the same, but it's more efficient. It's faster. So if you need to pick one number from an array, a random number, use the sample method. Okay. You can also pass an argument to sample, and it will give you the number you say of elements from the array, and it also guarantees that they won't be repeated. So let's say I need 3 random numbers from this array, so it's a sample 3. So that's good to know. And finally, let's see how you can produce a random string. So we can use everything we learned until now and start be generating a single random character. So I can say arrange A through C. It could be anything. I could do A through F if I wanted. Okay. And then I say to A. So what this does is convert array into convert a range into an array. Okay. So we can work with this. So let's say letters. Okay. Now we have an array of letters. And I want to pick one. And remember what I said about the simple method. We can letters. Okay. You have to spell it right. Letters.simple. That gives us one random character. Now, I will have to do to get a random string is do this many times. So, for example, I can say 10 times letters.sample. And now we have 10 random characters. So, I will have to do is put them together and we have a random string. So one way you can do this is with a temporary array. Let me create it first. Temp then we can say temp this adds the random letter into the array, and then we have this array with 10 random letters, and then we can just join them, and there we go. You have your random string. So now what you will do is put this into a method, so you can call it and get as many random strings as you want. Okay, so that's all I have for today. I hope you like that, and if you want more details and the code examples, you should take a look at the blog post that I wrote. Okay, thank you for watching.